Billings, Montana. It started snowing earlier this morning, and we've never lost our entire snowpack since the 20 inches we got the week before Christmas, so we've had a white Christmas. Hope you had one as well. Thanks for joining us again this afternoon as we've got men's action here at the Green and Gold Tournament. The UM Western Bulldogs, who beat Dickinson State 83-61 yesterday afternoon, take on the University of Calgary. Calgary defeated the host Battling Bears by a score of 81-72. So it'll be a very interesting affair between these two teams. UM Western, of course, coming in, they only have one loss on the season. They have won 6 games in a row. Of course, most of those have been non-conference action, except for that first weekend of December where they beat Rocky Mountain College here at home 80-75, and then defeated Carroll College 99-85. But in the game yesterday against Dickinson State, 20 points from Carson Kidgel, 19 from Dom Robinson, and 16 points from Shaggy Smalls, as they had 3 players in double figures to get past the Blue Hawks 83-61. Meanwhile, for the University of Calgary, again, they took on Rocky Mountain College yesterday afternoon and beat them by a score of 81-72. And for some reason, we had the wrong information come up here on our stat sheet. So let's see if we can get to the correct information for that game versus Rocky Mountain College yesterday afternoon. As Calgary took it to the home Battling Bears, 81-72 the final score. No, they don't have the individual team stats for Calgary yesterday. 13 is starting for 12, so a late scratch in the starting lineup for the Calgary Dinos, and so we'll give you those here in just a moment. Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead. We won't have starting, we'll have starting lineups right now because we do not have the national anthem since we had those before the women's game. So let's go ahead and give you the starters. First of all, for the visiting men of the University of Calgary, as announced by head coach Dan Van Horn in his 17th season with the Dinos. His starting 5 is number 0, a 5'11" guard in his third year of eligibility, David Kapinga. Also in the starting 5 is Mambi Diawara, the 6'4" guard out of Montreal, Quebec. Along with Kapinga and Diawara is number 2, Thomas Cooper, a 6'5" guard. He's in his 5th year of eligibility out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He played for the University of Nebraska-Kearney prior to coming to the Calgary Dinos. Also in the starting 5 is a 6'8" forward, Lars Schluter, out of Ulm, Germany. And then rounding out the starting 5, and it's a late start, Matt Ellis, the 6'7" forward out of Calgary, will get the start in place of Mitch Ligertwood. So starting 5 is David Kapinga, Mambi Diawara, Thomas Cooper, Lars Schluter, and Matt Ellis for the Calgary Dinos. Meanwhile, the starting 5 for University of Montana Western's Bulldogs, as announced by head coach Steve Keller in his 10th year. It is the 6'1" senior guard out of Great Falls, Shaggy Smalls. Also in the starting 5, a 6'4" sophomore out of Missoula, Riley King. Along with King and Smalls is number 21, a 5'8" junior out of Tacoma, Washington, Dom Robinson. Also in the starting 5, a 6'7" junior playing forward out of Livingston, Montana, Marcus Payne. And rounding out the starting 5 is the 6'3" sophomore, the former Billings Skyview Falcon. It's Cooper Kidgel. So the starting 5 for Coach Keller is Shaggy Smalls, Riley King, Dom Robinson, Marcus Payne, and Cooper Kidgel. Of course, Riley King, he tried his hand at minor league baseball for a while, was in the Kansas City Royals organization, and actually Was hoping to get to see him in the Pioneer League in Idaho Falls, but did not get to see him play. And now he's in the starting five for the University of Montana Western Bulldogs. Here's the tip. It's going to be controlled by the Dinos, who are in their home white uniforms with red lettering and yellow and black trim. Handled on the right wing by Diawara. Pass it over on the left-hand side. That's Schluter. Give it out top now to Cooper. Down low, reverse layup attempt there. Trying to see who came up with that attempt. That was Matt Ellis, and Ellis had it knocked out of his hands out of bounds. No foul called, so we will get underway. Got to transition to half-time mode as opposed to 4 quarters. Getting used to having the women with 4 quarters now. Nice pass inside, down low, right side. Shot is up and good for Matt Ellis. He gets the first 2 points of the ball game at the 19:35 mark of the first half. Calgary with the 9-point victory against the host Battling Bears last night. Handed out top, Shaiki Smalls out of Great Falls. Give it on the left-hand side, Dom Robinson. Now pass right side, Cooper Kidgel. Kidgel has it knocked away. Picked up by Diawara. Diawara driving in off the left wing. Puts it off the glass. Good for 2. 4-0 our score. Coming at the 19:10 mark. So Western down early, 4-0. Driving right lane. Dom Robinson shot is blocked. Picked up by the Dinos. Kapinga coming the other way. Kapinga tried to go outside, then cut back inside, lays it off the glass, and just like that, it is a 6-0 lead for the Dinos at the 18:53 mark. 6-0 our score on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Western trailing Calgary. Will be back in 30 seconds.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
6-4, I think. Back from the timeout, UM Western trying to gain a little composure, trailing 6-0 early on in this contest against the University of Calgary Dinos. On the left wing, Riley King dribbles across the paint left to right, stops on the elbow, pass down the left-hand corner to Robinson. Robinson fires a 3 from the corner, and it's good. Dom Robinson's first points, and the first points for the Bulldogs coming at the 18:30 mark of the first half of play. Ball went out of bounds on the far end of the floor, down the left-hand corner. Substitution coming in as Max Isla will check in for the Dinos, replacing David Kapinga. So Isla will look to inbound the ball. Pass out here on the left wing to Diawara. Diawara dribbles once, gives it off to Cooper. Cooper dribbling on the right wing. Guarded by Riley King. Fires a shot just inside the arc. It won't go. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. As Cooper Kidgel will bring it up across the half-court line. Pass on the right wing. Takes it elbow right side, stops. Now pass out behind. Goes to Dom Robinson. Robinson spin move after he got a block out top. Shot won't go for Riley King. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dinos. King had set the screen and then got the pass from Robinson. 5-3. Can't get it to go, but Bulldogs will keep it on there into the floor, trailing 6-3. 18 minutes to go in the first half. Right side of the baseline, Dom Robinson passes it in. Shaiki Smalls takes it into the paint and then kicks it out to King. King takes it along the right lane, fires it across the baseline. Ball was taken away by the Dinos. Coming up the floor is Cooper. Cooper gets a finger roll as he goes right to left across the paint. And Cooper has his first 2 points of the afternoon. There's 4 different players with a bucket apiece for the Dinos. They lead 8-3. Driving it off the left wing, Kidgel bounce it down low. Shot is up. It is good for Marcus Payne, and he'll have a chance at the 3-point play. Foul's going to be called against Matt Ellis, his first personal foul. Marcus Payne, the 6'7" junior, the former Park Ranger. his chance at a three-point play. It's on its way. It won't go. 17:28 left in the first half. 8-5 our score. Dinos with the lead in the basketball. Handled out top by Isola. Isola dribbles a couple times. Kick it left wing to DOR. He fires a three with a hand in his face. Rolls off the far side of the rim. Rebound Riley King for the Bulldogs. Coming up the floor the other way is Kapinga. Give it off to Kidgel. Kidgel takes it off the glass. Left side. Good for two. Cooper Kidgel's first 2 points of the afternoon. And it's a 1-point Dinos lead. 8-7 our score. Handle left side, Cooper. Give it down towards the corner to Isola. Isola, long cross-court pass. Jumping up to get it was Schluter. Kick it out right side of the free throw line to Ellis. Now behind him, Isola. Isola gets a screen out top from Ellis. Dribbles across the free throw line left to right. Fires a 16-footer, and it's good with a little fade. Max Isola makes it 10-7. Dinos on top. 16:37 and counting here in the first half. Behind the back dribble by Dom Robinson. Kicks it over to Carson Kidgel in the corner. Takes it right side of the free throw line. King driving, fading away on the right lane. Gets it to go. Riley King's first 2 points of the afternoon. 10-9 our score. Fairly high scoring affair so far as that one came at the 16-10 mark. Islip passes left wing to Cooper. Down towards the corner now to Islip. Islip guarded by Shikey Smalls. In along the baseline, double team there, pass out to Isla. Left wing, 3-point shot won't go. Rebound out the free throw line to Schluter. Kick it left hand side to Cooper. Cooper down inside, looked for Ellis, and they couldn't get the alley-oop. Coming the other way are the Bulldogs. Driving off the left wing, Schmalls is going to be fouled as he's driving it off the wing. Smalls fouled by Max Isla. That's his first personal foul. That is the second team foul against the Dinos. 15:50 left in the first half. Calgary on top of Western 10-9. And Isla over discussing with the official the reason for the foul. He's not going to win the argument. Kapinga, check that. Small's first shot from the free throw line misses. He was going to have a second attempt coming in just a moment. Riley King will get a breather. As checking in the ballgame, please, Chase Hack. Second free throw is good. We're tied at 10 apiece. As Smalls hits his second of the 2 free throw attempts. Isla dribbling out top. Take along the perimeter right side, hands it off to Cooper. Cooper gets a screen out top from Foreman, who just checked in. Takes it into the paint, shot bounces around 3 times on the rim and falls in for Thomas Cooper. He's got 4 points in the contest. And we've got a 12-10 Calgary lead. That one coming at the 15:24 mark. Down the right-hand corner, Kidgel. Take along the baseline pass out top. Smalls for 3, won't go, in and out. Rebound down low, Payne and 1. As he puts it up on the right side, draws the foul. He'll have his second 3-point play opportunity the conventional way. Foul is going to be called this time around against Connor Foreman. That is his first personal foul. It's the 13th foul against the Dinos, who have it tied up at 12 apiece now. Payne did not convert on the previous 3-point play opportunity. Shot on its way. That one's good. Payne with 5 points in the ballgame, and he gives his team the lead for the first time. 13-12 our score. Handle on the right wing, give it out top. Foreman, nice bounce pass down low to Cooper, driving it out the wing, puts it off the glass, good for 2. 14-13. Dinos retake the lead. Little scrum there on the left wing, picked up by the Bulldogs. Nice pass inside from Darko Kelly to Smalls. Smalls lays it off the glass for 2. 15-14. Back and forth we go here midway through the first half. Just left the top key, Kapinga for 3. He hits that cleanly. Kapinga makes it 17-15, back in favor of the Dinos. They're trading baskets as they go back and forth up the floor. Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, pass the right side. Cooper gets it back from Payne. Cooper's shot and a foul. Count the bucket. Cooper Kidgel will have a chance for a three-point play opportunity as he is fouled by Connor Foreman, his second personal foul, the fourth team foul against the Dinos. Currently tied up at 17 apiece, but the free throw by Cooper Kidgel, if he makes it, give his team the lead back. Kidgel's free throw swishes home. Kidgel's got 5 points in the contest, 18-17. Bulldogs back out on top. And a pass on the left-hand side from Johnny Verone, who just checked in a moment ago. Passed it over to Kapinga. Kapinga's going to be fouled by Dom Robinson. That's his first personal foul. That is the first team foul against UM Western. 13:57 left in the first half of play. Western holding on to a 1-point lead against the Dinos of the University of Calgary. Working around the perimeter on the right wing. Cooper gives it off to Kapinga. Kapinga guarded out there by Robinson. Gets a screen. Kapinga passing on the right side, driving in from the wing. Verone gets the finger roll to go. He's got his first 2 points in the contest. 19-18 our score. Ball brought across the half-court line by Dom Robinson. Kick it out towards the top. Hack, give it on the right-hand side to Darko Kelly. Darko Kelly trying to work it in. Nice pass down low to Payne. Payne fighting for position, puts up the shot. Won't get it to go over Roadhuskers. And coming the other way, ball taken away by the Bulldogs, and only to have it knocked away. Shikey Smalls trying to do a little too much on the transition, had it knocked away. It goes out of bounds. I'm going to say his last touch by Calgary. Payne will check out as Cameron Evans will check in. Evans, a 6'7" sophomore out of Billings. (19-18) is our score. Calgary on top of UM Western. Bulldogs with the ball, and we are going to have a step over by Dom Robinson as he was trying to inbound the ball. So that'll give it back over to Calgary. Inbound pass rolls up the floor a little bit for Kapinga. Pick it up. We're going to cross the left side of the center circle. Dribbling on top. Nearly lost the handle on the dribble. Was able to keep it. Drives towards the bucket. Now pass the right-hand corner. Three-point shot is up and good. Dallas Karch. Karch hits for three. And he makes it 22-18 our score. Out top. Chase Hack. Gives it over to Smalls. Smalls dribbles just outside the free throw line. Fires a 16-footer. It is good. Smalls with 5 points. 22-20 our score. Jackie Smalls makes it a 2-point ball game. Right wing, Cooper gets a screen, goes right side, fires a 16-footer. It's good. Cooper's got 8 points in the contest. 24-20. Western trailing by 4. Brought across the center circle by Robinson. Robinson fires a 3. Off the left side of the iron. Rebound brought down by Cooper. He'll clear it out. Cooper behind the back dribble right to left as he brings it across the left side of the half-court line. Still on the dribble. Now pass across the paint right side. Shot is up. And we'll have a chance for a free throw for Mr. Jeff Roadhuskers. Foul called against Chase Hack, his first personal foul, second team foul. Roadhuskers, a couple opportunities at the line for his first points of the contest. First free throw is good. Jeff Roadhuskers, 6'8", out of Chestmeyer, Alberta. Second free throw misses. 25-20 our score. So Western with the ball back, trailing by 5. Pass out the elbow left side. It goes to Hack, working right side. Robinson back at the free throw line to Hack. Hack. Turnaround shot in the paint won't go. Rebound down there. Put back up and in by Cameron Evans. Evans' first 2 points of the afternoon. 25-22 our score. Kick it out top. Verone pass right side back to Verone. Fires a 3. That one's long. Rebound picked up for the Western Bulldogs by Hack. Hack will bring it up, pass up the floor to Robinson, who hands it off to Smalls coming up, and Smalls puts it up and in for three. Shaquille Smalls makes it 25 all at the 11:06 mark of the first half. That is our fourth tie of the ball game. Working around the perimeter right side, knocked out of bounds by Zacchaeus Darko Kelly as the pass was intended over there for Verone. Substitution for Calgary checking out is Dallas Karch along with Verone, and now we're going to have a timeout call. 10:57 left in the first half, 25 all. Western and Calgary tied up. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Picking up pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true: life is better with you. Whoa, whoa, life is better with you.
I am a high school English teacher. I had been diabetic for 20 years.
Obesity is affecting our population at an alarming rate.
To meet that challenge, the Billings Clinic implemented a comprehensive bariatric program.
The patient is the most important part of the team.
It's not about skinny, it's about being healthy.
I don't have diabetes anymore.
And by now, she's lost over 100 pounds.
Thank you. I'm happy. Life is good.
We are just about midway through the first half. 25 apiece between the University of Calgary Dinos and the Bulldogs of UM Western. 8 points so far in the ballgame for Thomas Cooper for Calgary. And meanwhile, 7 points for Shaquille Smalls for UM Western. Dinos have the ball as we come back from the timeout. They'll pass it in from the far sideline. Lars Schluter out of Germany will inbound the ball to Kapinga. Work at left wing to Diawara. Diawara back out toward the top. Kapinga dribbling with the left hand. He dribbles along the perimeter. Fires a long shot for three. It's good. That is David Kapinga. His second three-pointer of the game gives the lead back over to the to the Dinos, 28-25. 10.5 to go here in the first half of play. Riley King back on the floor. Pass it over to Darko Kelly. He drove into the paint. Work it down low. Back to Darko Kelly. Nice job from the seat of his pants. Cameron Evans got it off to Darko Kelly, who gets the glass and in for two. 28-27 our score. Dinos with the 1 point lead and the basketball. Working in the paint. Little floater there for Cooper, and it's good. He's got 10 points on the night. 30-27 now. That shot coming at the 10:05 mark. Just under 10 to play in the first half. Fade away from out top from about 18. Won't go for Smalls. Rebound controlled by Cooper. And here come the Dinos up the floor left side. Diawara off the glass too strong. Rebound controlled by Evans. He'll get it up to Smalls. Smalls looking ahead. Has to slow it up for a moment. Dribbles out on the left wing. Out top to Robinson. Robinson fires a three. It's good. Dom Robinson, his second three-pointer of the ball game. Ties it up for the fifth time. This time at 30 apiece. Back and forth affair between the Bulldogs and the Dinos. Handled out top by Schluter. Left side, long three for Kapinga. That one won't go. Rebound controlled by Darko Kelly. Brings up the far sideline. Bulldogs going left to right here in the first half. Give it the free throw line to Evans. Back behind him. Robinson left side. Darko Kelly. Check that at Smalls driving in. Smalls puts it off the front of the iron. And the ball rebounded by the Dinos. Coming up before the other way is Kapinga. Kapinga working over the left-hand side, Diawara. Diawara pass it right side, Kapinga. Kapinga over to Diawara. In the paint dribbling, gets the ball knocked away. And we're going to have an offensive foul called against Mambi Diawara. That is his first personal foul. That's the 15th foul against Calgary. Jeff Roadhuskers checks out as Matt Ellis checks back in, and Mitch Ligertwood, who was supposed to be the starter, is out for the game. Matt Ellis was the late replacement for him. We got that just before we gave the starting lineups. 30 apiece between UM Western and the University of Calgary. Men's basketball action here at the Green and Gold Tourney. from the Fortin Center, the campus of Rocky Mountain College. A little past the top of the 4 o'clock hour. You're listening to AM 1490 KDBM in Dillon. And on the World Wide Web at rocky.edu. Baseline shot, Riley King, good from about 15. He's got 4 points, gives his team the lead back. 32-30 our score. That one coming at the 8:27 mark of the first half. The screen out on the right wing. DOR drives into the paint and then pass it off. Cooper drives in, has his shot blocked. Coming the other way up the floor is Troy Scott. Scott has to slow it up, gives it off to Kidgel. Works it inside to Evans. Spin move on the baseline, right side, around and in for Evans. He's got 4, 34-30. As the Bulldogs have taken a 4-point lead. They trailed until the just under the 16-minute mark of the first half, and then it was back and forth for quite a while. Ball taken away by the Bulldogs. Coming up the floor, down to King, high off the backboard. Evans has it knocked away by Ellis out of play. Got a timeout called by Calgary. 7:37 left in the first half. Western on top of Calgary, 34-30 on the Intermountain scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds.
EBMS was founded in 1980 to ensure Montana companies could provide health benefits that were both beneficial and affordable. That vision hasn't changed, it's just grown. I joined EBMS more than 20 years ago, and I'm proud to have been part of this growth. Today, more than 300 team members join me at EBMS to offer on-site clinics, wellness, prescription programs, and a full array of benefit services. We've emerged as an industry leader and one of Montana's premier employers.
Join a dynamic organization that offers career growth, exceptional benefits, and support for community involvement.
Back here at the Fortin Center. Game number 6 of the green and gold tournament going on between the University of Calgary and the University of Montana Western. Good games going on between these two teams. Bulldogs inbound on the left-hand corner. Riley King takes it in. King, nope, kind of a blocking foul called on the floor before King got the shot off. Foul is going to be called against Matt Ellis, second personal foul. That is the 6th team foul against Calgary, so one more and they'll put Western into bonus. Left side of the baseline, Robinson trying to inbound it, gets it in the free throw line to Evans. Get her around to Cooper Kidgel. Kidgel off to his right to Robinson, who came out on the wing. Dribbles out top, now he tries to go right lane, stops, kicks it left-hand side to Robinson. Robinson bounces it across the paint through traffic on the right side to Riley King. King taking a strong move to the hole. Shot is short. Might have been touched by Schluter. Rebound controlled by the Dinos. Coming up the floor on the right lane. Shot won't go for Kapinga on the drive. Rebound Robinson for the Bulldogs. Tries for the alley-oop. Evans was going to go up early and then decided to go and get it. Wasn't a dunk on the oop, but they still got it to fall. 36-30 our score. The ball gets knocked away from Kapinga. Kidgel saves it from going out of bounds. Driving off the right wing, does a round the back with it. Finger roll, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Second shot won't go, and that rebound brought down by Jasdeep Gill for Calgary. We'll slow it up a little bit as Kapinga brings it up on the right wing. Kidgel knocks the ball away. Kidgel finally picks it up here on the near side in the backcourt. Pass off to his left goes to Dom Robinson. Robinson up on the left side of the front court to King. Back to Robinson. Holding up his left thumb as he gets the play from Coach Keller. Get the screen on top from King. Robinson gives it off to King. High post left side. King cross court right wing. Down on the right side to Evans. Evans turnaround. No, he gave it off to King, didn't he? It was Evans that had the turnaround shot. I thought for a moment when I looked up that it was quick pass to King, but it was Evans with the 2-point bucket. 38-30. Western on top by 8, their largest lead of the afternoon. Driving into the paint shot for Ellis won't go. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. Bringing up the far sideline is Don Robinson. Robinson slows up, pass down low, turnaround shot. Evans gets it to go high off the back of the rim and in. Evans with 10 points, and it is a 10-point Western lead, 40-30. And the crowd that is here this afternoon is getting behind the Bulldogs. Driving out the left wing is Isla. Thinking right side, then a three-point shot out top. Won't go for Schluter. Rebound down low. Nice little positioning there by Kapinga as he puts it up and in. Kapinga's with 10 points now in the contest. 40-32. That's the first bucket for Calgary in, boy, almost 5 minutes.
Yes, Jazz.
Ball taken away down low by Jasdeep Gill, and here come the Dinos the other way. Driving along the baseline, left side shot will not go. Blocking foul is called as Lars Schluter took a strong move to the hole. Foul is going to be called against Riley King. That is his first personal foul. Looks like Matt Ellis coming over to get a breather. We're going to have substitution en masse for Calgary. Got a timeout called by Coach Keller. 4:45 left the first half. 40-32 Western on top of Calgary. We will be back after this 1-minute timeout.
I maintain my focus just by working my hardest in absolutely everything I do.
In the classroom, on the court, at practice, wherever you're at.
My classes are very rigorous.
At the same time, you need to be able to stay focused and make the right choices and stay on top of things. Tobacco use would definitely be a negative effect on a student athlete. Using tobacco really decreases the performance of any athlete.
I wouldn't be able to dance. I wouldn't be able to hang out with my friends. I wouldn't be able to hike the M. I think that it would make me less of a focused student.
Distract me from my sport and distract me from my academics.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin, and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
4:45 left in the first half of play. Your game number 6 of the Green and Gold Tournament. The campus of Rocky Mountain College in Billings, Montana. Ryan O'Reilly with you for the play-by-play this afternoon. My thanks to Dave back in the studios, KDBM, and Cody and Jess here in Billings working the cameras and the video feed on Rocky.edu. Free throw for Schluter is up and in. Schluter, that's his first of 2 attempts as he was fouled driving the baseline. Second one is also good. Got a substitution coming in. We'll make it 40-34 now, the 4:45 mark of the first half. Bulldogs will bring it up the floor, leading by 6. Pass on the right side of the free throw line goes to Riley King, and King had a defender come across, and King was standing there, and King's going to be called for the offensive foul. Boy, King was making his case that he thought it was the defender running into him, and I kind of felt he did have the position there, but he evidently moved his feet quickly enough to be called for the offensive foul. So the Dinos get it back, trailing by 6. Just under 4.5 to go in the first half of play. On the right wing, Kapinga try to pass it inside. Ball taken away by Payne as the ball is knocked away from Pojazinga, or Pojazina. Left side of the free throw line, Robinson has to bounce it over to Smalls on the left wing. Smalls takes it into the corner and tried to pass it out left wing. Thought Robinson was coming over to get it, and he didn't. Unforced error on the Bulldogs. Will give it back over to the Dinos. 40-34 our score. 4:03 left in the first half of play. If you didn't have an opportunity to join us in the women's game, the Bulldogs were victorious over the Dinos in ladies action 74-58 as the Lady Bulldogs remain undefeated on the year. Working around the perimeter, left wing Barone. Drives in now, Barone shot. Oh, bounced off the back of the iron and comes back out front side. They tried to get it back, and they're going to say it was last touch by Barone. He thought he got off of a Bulldog. The Bulldogs will get it back, leading by 6 with 3:44 left in the first half of play. Inbound pass comes in on the far side to Dom Robinson from Chase Hack is back in the ball game. Robinson guarded up the floor by Barone, brings it across the left side of the half court line. Gives it off to Smalls, back over to Robinson at the top of the key. Robinson getting guarded by Barone. Gets a screen out top from Hack, and we're going to have a whistle. Hack holds out his hands and says, hey, that was on me. And the official says, yes. Chase Hack called for his second. Personally, Hack was looking towards Coach Keller as though, hey, why would they call that on me? But we call for blocking foul. And turn it back over to University of Calgary. They trail by 6, 3:23 left in the first half of play. Dribbling out top as Max Iceland. Iceland gets a screen from Foreman. Dribbles right wing, pass it over to Verone. Verone dribbles out on the wing now. Stops his dribble, looking inside, nothing there. Cross court left wing. Nice bounce pass inside from Karch. Turnaround shot from 8 feet from Cooper won't go. Ball fought for as Payne went in along with a couple of dinos to try and come up with it. Verone thought he had possession, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possessioner will give it over to Western. And you can hear the discussion right here in front of us as Coach Dan Van Horen was trying to get the explanation from the official as to why it was a jump ball as opposed to Calgary basketball. On the far side of the floor, dribbling in into the front court, Darko Kelly tried to take it inside the perimeter and bounced it inside. It was knocked away and inadvertent kick, so it'll be Western basketball. Coach Dan Van Horen asking for the explanation there, and the official says it's a kick. Right side of the baseline, long pass out top. The ball's going to be taken away on the inbound pass by Dallas Karch, and Karch then is fouled. Foul's going to be against Zacchaeus Darko Kelly. His first personal foul. And that is the 16th foul against the Bulldogs. Riley King's going to check back in for the Bulldogs as Robinson will get a breather. 2:46 left in the first half of play. Got to slow down a little bit. We haven't had a bucket in the last 2 minutes. The right wing handled by Isla. Isla takes it out to the top key, hands it off behind him to Barone. Barone tried to pass it out top. Ball was knocked loose by Shaggy Smalls. And then he was going after it on the floor and ended up taking out the legs of Calgary player. So Shaggy Smalls is going to be called for his first personal foul. That'll be the 7th team foul against Western. That'll send Max Isla to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Isla, free throw, goes for his first point from the line. He's got 3 points on the afternoon. And that is the first point for Calgary. I'm sorry, let's take it back. They had a bucket previously. Second one is also good, make it 35-40. After Iceland makes them both. Carson Kidgel gets it from down low and passes it out top. Driving in, nice pass down inside to Payne, puts up the shot, draws the foul. Foul is going to be called against Dallas Karch. That's his first personal foul. And for Karch, that's his first, but the team's 7th, so Payne will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1 opportunity. He converts on that one. Second one also good. So Marcus Payne is 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. He's got 7 points in the ball game. He makes it 42-35 our score. Bulldogs on top, just over 2 to go here in the first half. Barone with it on top, pass left-hand side. I'll get it inside to Cooper. Cooper drives in, shot won't go. Ball was knocked away by Foreman. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to have a discussion between the officials here. And the official here on the near sideline was able to come in and say no, it was off of a Bulldog as the Dinos weren't very happy that it was going to be awarded back over to the Bulldogs, but the officials got it right. Pass out top goes to Cooper. He fires a three with a hand in his face, and it's still good. Thomas Cooper, that's his 6th field goal of the afternoon and his first from downtown. 42-38 makes it a 4-point game. Kidgel pass it out here to Riley King. Riley tried to get it and ran right into the scores table here on this side. Everything looks to be good. But the unforced error will give it back over to the Dinos. And we're waiting to get back underway here. Inbound pass from in front of their own bench. Karch will get it into Isla. Isla will bring it across the timeline, dribble out top, give it off to his left to Cooper. Back out top, driving in Barreau. Nice pass inside to Foreman. Foreman lost it out of his hands, out of bounds. Last touch by a Bulldog. So Calgary will keep it there into the floor. Coach Van Horn wanted a foul call. Did not get said call. Left side of the baseline, Isla will inbound it. Riley King jumping up, trying to block the inbound pass. Comes in on the left wing here to Cooper. Cooper dribbles out towards the top. Inside the arc, now pass back to his left to Verone. Verone working inside to Foreman, back right wing. Ball went out of bounds. And last touch by Robinson for the Bulldogs. So Dinos will keep it there into the floor, trailing 42-38, 1:11 left in the first half of play. Bulldogs had a 10-point lead at one point. Pass over left wing, Verone for three, long shot right as the buzzer was sounding for the shot clock, and it went off the rim, so no violation, but it did not fall, it was out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog basketball. It has been an 8-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes for the Dinos to get it back within 4. 1 minute to go here in the first half of play, and losing his dribble is Zacchaeus Darko-Kelly. Now he's going to have to work it across the 10-second line, and very demonstrative appeal by Thomas Cooper, trying to not get his first personal foul called against him. He's not going to win the argument. It's the 8th team foul against Calgary, so they'll send the Bulldogs to the line. Zacchaeus Darko-Kelly at the line. A one-on-one opportunity. It was the 8th team foul against Calgary. Free throw on its way. Off the back of the iron, won't go. 42-38. Dinos coming up the floor the other way. Cooper driving right lane, fires a 12-footer, won't go. And got a loose ball, foul called against the Dinos. Foul called against Connor Foreman. That is his 3rd personal foul. And because it's a loose ball foul, it'll be one-on-one opportunity on the Bulldogs end of the floor. Lars Schluter will check back in for the Dinos. Also checking in is David Kapinga. And checking in, Mambi Diawara. At the charity stripe for the Bulldogs, Riley King is at the line for the first time this afternoon. He's got 4 points in the contest. 43.7 left in regulation, or the first half, I should say. Makes the first free throw. Second free throw attempt coming for Riley King. It's on its way, it's short. Rebound controlled by Thomas Cooper for the Dinos. Outlet right side of Kapinga. He'll bring it across the far side of the half-court line. Dribble out toward the top of the key. Gives to his right to Diawara. Came out. Back over to Kapinga. Now Diawara, right wing. Takes it into the arc. Nice shot. Attempt by Karch, but it was blocked. It was a great look there from Kapinga, but a nice block by the, I believe it was Evans for the Bulldogs. Baseline right side. Driving in. Shot too strong by, who was that? Who made the attempt? I believe that was Karch. The Bulldogs get the rebound back. 7 seconds to go here in the first half. Western on top by 5, down to 3. Robinson, a long 3 off the front of the iron. It won't go. And that is the end of the first half of play. 43-38 our score at the half. The Bulldogs on top of the Dinos of the University of Calgary. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and recap the scoring in the first half here on KDBM and Rocky.edu.
At Northwestern Energy, part of delivering a bright future means being connected to all our communities. It means delivering safe and reliable power to your home while helping to power your business's success. It means actively planning for the future while investing in future generations. It means working to ensure your safety and comfort while comforting those in need. It's by working together that we're able to deliver a bright future. Because together, we're Northwestern Energy.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carry-out deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
For signs big or small, from banners to illuminated, Sign Pro has been your leader in signs since 1990. Sure, you know we provide high-quality displays, magnets, decals, vehicle graphics, certified installers, and more. But have you heard about our new cutting-edge techniques at Sign Pro? UV flatbed technology produces full-color brilliance that no one in the region can match, printing directly to almost any sign surface. The results are faster, higher quality, and much more cost-effective.
Sign up with Sign Pro.
Local businesses, large and small, are the cornerstone of Montana's communities. And at Stockman Bank, we're honored to help them grow and prosper. We serve our fellow businesses with respect, care, and a personal touch. We know a good lender is a flexible lender who treats business owners as individuals with unique needs and goals. In other words, we treat them the Montana way. It's the only way we know. Stockman Bank. Montana banking, pure and simple.
For you this afternoon. Halftime score, 43-38, Western on top of University of Calgary. University of Calgary jumped out to a quick 6-0 lead at the 18:53 mark. That had Coach Keller quickly calling a timeout to try and regroup after his team was down by 6 in the first 67 seconds of the contest, and they were able to answer back with a 3-point shot, but then the Dinos made it 8-3 at the 17:37 mark, but then it was a nice 7-2 run by the Bulldogs to tie it up at 10-all at the 15:55 mark. They actually had 5 different ties in the first half. From the 15:55 mark until the 13:41 mark, we had 7 different lead changes as they exchanged baskets each time up the floor. And then the Dinos extended their lead out to 4, 22-18 at the 12:54 mark. Western would then come back, get it back within 2. Dinos would make it 25-20 at the 11:56 mark, but then Rocky would rattle off 5 straight points to tie it up at 25 apiece, and that was our last tie. As then they would have the Dinos retake the lead 28-25. Western got it back within 1, 28-27. Dinos again out to a 30-27 lead at the 10:05 mark, but then Western tied it up at 30-all at the 9.5-minute mark, and then Western, that was the midst of a 13-0 run as they jumped out to a 40-30 lead at the 5:24 mark in the first half. And then the Dinos got back within 5 with 2.5 minutes to go. And they exchanged a few baskets and give us our lead that we currently have at the half of 43-38. have the official statistics that have been handed to us. One player in double figures for Western here at the half. Cameron Evans off the bench with 10 points. He's 5 for 5 from the field. 8 points for Shikey Smalls. 7 points for Marcus Payne. 6 points for Dom Robinson. 5 for Riley King. And 2 points for Zacchaeus Darko Kelly. Meanwhile, for the Dinos of Calgary, they got 2 players in double figures. Thomas Cooper, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 for 1 from downtown, as he has 13 points in the contest, leading all scorers. And then David Kapinga with 10 points. He has 4 of 6 from the field and 2 of 3 from behind the arc. 3 points apiece for Dallas Karch and Max Isla, and 2 points for Mami Diawara, Thomas Cooper, Lars Schluter, and 2 points as well for Johnny Verone, 1 for Jeff Road Hutskers, and that rounds out the scoring for Calgary. We'll take another 2-minute timeout, come back and take a look at the team statistics in the first half. Western on top of Calgary, 43-38 here at the half of the men's affair between Calgary and Western. We'll be back in 2 after this.
Tire-Rama will get you there. So much more than a tire store. Tire-Rama, the service never ends. The best tires for the Northwest. Tire-Rama, where you got a friend. Quality products, names you can trust. Tire-Rama, and on us. Tire-Rama, Tire-Rama will get you there.
We are community. We are proud. We are business. Nothing sells like success. Western Security Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Not 30 days away, not 20 days away. The time to save is now. During the final days of the Ford year-end sales event at your local Ford store, make no payments till March on some of the most stylish, high-tech, and efficient rides around. So don't come up empty. You want a deal that'll make your holiday? Get to your local Ford store now and cap off the holidays with huge cash back on the perfect car, truck, or SUV to kickstart the new year. Now get up to $10,500 in total value plus $1,000 smart bonus cash plus just announced $500 final days cash on F-150.
My name's Phil Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana, and my major is music education.
I'm Dr. Emily Garrity Ward, Assistant Professor of Geology at Rocky Mountain College.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana. I'm a business administration major.
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Thank you for supporting Rocky Athletics. Because of you, I was able to cross borders.
Thank you for your investment in our Impact Today, Transform Tomorrow campaign in support of our new facilities.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you!
Thank you for investing in Rocky Mountain College and our future.
Thank you for your investment in new facilities, such as 32,000 square feet of new laboratory space and the renovation of the existing Bear Science Center.
Because of you, we are able to compete.
Because of you, I am able to be me.
Because of you, I am able to dream.
Because of you, I am able to invest in my future.
Because of you, we are able to make our family proud.
Because of you, we're changing the world one student at a time. You're changing the world one gift at a time.
Thank you for investing in Rocky Mountain College and our future.
I chose Rocky Mountain College because it comes with that small school feel that leaves its students with big school benefits. Thank you for investing in Rocky Mountain College and our future. Because of you, we are able to chase our dreams, and for that, we thank you.
On the defensive side of the glass, meanwhile, it's 11 of 15 on the defensive side of the glass for Calgary. Team foul-wise, there were 9 for Calgary, 7 for Western, so no significant issues there. Just looking down the individual statistics, Connor Foreman, the only man in foul trouble for Calgary. He's got 3 personals, 2 personals for Matt Ellis, And then for the Western Bulldogs, Riley King with 2 and Chase Hack with 2. Rest of the team statistics for Calgary, they had 6 assists, 8 turnovers, 1 block shot, and 4 steals. For the University of Montana Western, they had 12 assists, 9 turnovers, 4 block shots, and 6 steals in that first half. Well, by my count, 5 different ties in the ball game, coming at 7-all, 10-all. Where else did we have it? We had it at 25-all, 30-all. Biggest lead of the game was at 10 points for the Bulldogs, 40-30 at the 5:24 mark. But the Dinos have gotten back within 5 points a couple times, and that's what the deficit is here at the halftime break, 43-38. If you were not able to join us for the women's game that happened earlier this afternoon here at the Fortin Center, it was UM Western getting past the University of Calgary, a final score of 74-58. And in that ball game, 16 points for Anise Paulmore, 10 points for Jill Jacobs, and then 9 for Kay Bignell. 6 points apiece for 6 different players, as Western proved to be too much for the Lady Dinos. Lady Dinos had 2 players in double figures, Bobby Jo Colburn with 19 points and 10 points for Brianna Gawley, as Western improves to 13-0 on this season. Let's go ahead and take another, let's see here. Tell you what, let's take a 3-minute timeout if we could be so kind. We'll get some more words in from our sponsors, then we'll be about set for the start of the second half of play in the men's action. 43-38, Western on top of Calgary, back in 3 on KDBN.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
Picking up pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you.
I am a high school English teacher. I had been diabetic for 20 years.
Obesity is affecting our population at an alarming rate.
To meet that challenge, the Billings Clinic implemented a comprehensive bariatric program.
The patient is the most important part of the team.
It's not about skinny, it's about being healthy.
I don't have diabetes anymore.
And by now, she has lost over 100 pounds.
Thank you. I'm happy. Life is good.
EBMS was founded in 1980 to ensure Montana companies could provide health benefits that were both beneficial and affordable. That vision hasn't changed, it's just grown. I joined EBMS more than 20 years ago, and I'm proud to have been part of this growth. Today, more than 300 team members join me at EBMS to offer on-site clinics, wellness, prescription programs, and a full array of benefit services. We've emerged as an industry leader and one of Montana's premier employers.
Join a dynamic organization that offers career growth, exceptional benefits, and support for community involvement. EBMS.
I maintain my focus just by working my hardest in absolutely everything I do.
In the classroom, on the court, at practice, wherever you're at.
My classes are very rigorous.
At the same time, you need to be able to stay focused and make the right choices and stay on top of things. Tobacco use would definitely be a negative effect on a student athlete. Using tobacco really decreases the performance of any athlete.
I wouldn't be able to dance. I wouldn't be able to hang out with my friends. I wouldn't be able to hike the M. I think that it would make me less of a focused student.
Distract me from my sport and distract me from my academics.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin, and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
Welcome back to the Fortin Center. The teams are back out on the court, getting set for the start of the second half of play. Western on top of the University of Calgary, 43-38, your halftime score. 10 points in the first half for Cameron Evans off the bench. And then 8, 7, 6, and 5 points respectively for Smalls, Payne, Robinson, and then actually King and Kidgel both with 5 points apiece. Meanwhile, for the Calgary Dinos, they have 2 players in double figures, Thomas Cooper with 13 and David Kapinga with 10 points in this first half. If you are not watching along, Western in their road black uniforms with Western in red letters across the front trimmed in white with red numbers on the front and back trimmed in white. Dinos in their home whites with letters in a little brighter shade of red trimmed in yellow and black. They've got actually a cool swooping design down the side of the jerseys and onto the shorts that kind of swoop onto the back side of the shorts in red and yellow with some designs in black on the red on the shorts. We are underway. Dinos have the ball to start the second half. Driving across the paint right to left, Kapinga will give it on the left-hand side down the corner. Now three-point shot is up and good for Lars Schluter. That is his first three-pointer of the contest. He makes it 43-41 at the 19:33 mark of the second half, just underway. Coming up the floor, pass across the paint left to right, shot by Riley King won't go. Rebound controlled by the Dinos up the floor quickly. Cooper gets the bucket and the foul. Thomas Cooper a chance at the three-point play. Foul is going to be called against Cooper Kidgel. Kidgel's first personal foul. Thomas Cooper has tied it up at 43. He can give his team the lead back for the first time since the 10-14 mark of the first half. And he does. He makes it 44-43 at the 19-19 mark. Kidgel bringing it across the right side of the half-court line. Handed off to Dom Robinson. Robinson gets the screen out top from King. Robinson drives with the whole finger roll is up and in. Robinson, his first two-point field goal. He's got 8 points on the afternoon. 45-44 our score. On the right wing, handled by Diawara. Cross-court pass to Kapinga. Kapinga bounces it down low to Ellis, who puts it down with the one hand. Puts it down with the right hand on the bounce pass, and Ellis has his second field goal of the afternoon, 46-45. Shot from left wing from 14 won't go for Dom Robinson. Rebound controlled by the Dinos. Quickly up the floor, Diawara. Cross-court down the left-hand corner. Schluter. We got an offensive foul called against Diawara after he passed it off in the corner. So that'll turn it back over to the Bulldogs. Carson Kidgel. I said that a couple times, sorry. I'm sorry, this is, of course, not Carson. It is Cooper Kidgel. Cooper. Pass it up on the left wing, gives it off to Smalls. Smalls dribbling around now. Dribbles out top, pass right side, Kidgel. Head fakes. Kidgel now dribbles to the left, the top key, fires a three. It's a little long. Rebound controlled by Cooper for the Dinos. Cooper bringing it up the floor, trying to stutter step around. Kidgel has to pass in the left-hand corner to Diawara. Diawara dribbles out on the wing, out top to Kapinga. Back to Diawara, working inside along the baseline. Ellis fires it out left wing. Diawara for three off the left side of the iron. Rebound brought down by Smalls. Both Smalls and King were up there trying to get to it. Smalls brings it up the floor, nearly lost the handle as Ellis got a hand on it. Smalls gets over right side. Kidgel drives to the hole, puts it up and puts it in. Cooper Kidgel has 7 points on the afternoon 47-46 our score. And Western gets the lead back. Left-hand wing, three-point shot is good for David Kapinga, his third three-pointer of the contest. 49-47, Dinos get the ball, or the lead back, I should say. 49-47. And Don Robinson comes up the floor the other way, puts it up and in. He's got 10 points. Back and forth again. We're tied at 49 this time. Coming at the 16:52 mark. And on the right wing by Diawara, passes it in. Driving in, left side of the paint, shot won't go for Cooper, gets his own rebound, tries to put it back up. Now Ellis tries to put it up on the right side. Ellis tried to tip back, and Ellis is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be called against Mr. Payne. Marcus Payne called for his first personal foul. Coach Van Horn, very vocal in his conversation with the official here on the near side, trying to say, hey, that should be a foul. It was a foul, but it was not a shooting foul. And he was arguing that it was a shooting foul. Inbound pass taken away by Riley King. Riley behind the back dribble as he gets to the half-court line, has it taken away by Kapinga, but Kapinga knocks it out of bounds along the far baseline. So the Bulldogs will keep it on there in the floor. We're tied at 49. 16.5 left on the clock here in the second half of play. Bulldogs trying to get the sweep here this afternoon. The ladies won by a score of 74-58 earlier. Three-point shot out top, won't go for Smalls, bounces off the left side. Rebound brought down by Cooper. We're going to put into the front court. Cooper slows up, gets past Smalls inside the paint. He passes left wing, three-point shot. Nope, Schluter down in the corner, fires the three. It's good. He dribbled into the corner, fired the three, and it's his second of the ball game. 52-49. Western trailing by 3. Kidgel dribbles around the perimeter, now goes left lane. Came from the right wing, dribbled out top, then took it left lane. I'm going to have a foul call against the Dinos. Lars Schluter called for his first personal foul. Substitution coming in as Cameron Evans will check in. 2 team fouls aside here as we are just underway in the second half. 50-55 left in the second half. Coach Van Horn came over to the scores table to ask what it was being told by the official. The official was asking him to make sure he stays in the coach's box, as they were telling the scorers here. 3-point shot out top, won't go for Robinson. Rebound controlled by the Dinos. Coming up before the other way, Cooper. Drive the right lane. He was leaning back with a hand above him and is able to still get it to fall. Cooper with 17 points on the afternoon. 54-49. And we got a timeout called by Coach Keller. 15:29 left here in the second half. Calgary leading 54-49, back in 30 seconds.
At Northwestern Energy, part of delivering a bright future means being connected to all our communities. It means delivering safe and reliable power to your home while helping to power your business's success. It means actively planning for the future while investing in future generations. It means working to ensure your safety and comfort while comforting those in need. It's by working together that we're able to deliver a bright future. Because together, we're Northwestern Energy.
Well, of course, I thought they originally signaled a 30. They take a 60. That's all right. Well, come on back. Thanks for being along with us this afternoon, whether you're listening on AM 1490 in Dillon or on kdbf-kbev.com, or whether you are watching this afternoon on rocky.edu. My thanks to Dave back in Dillon, Cody and Jess here at the Fortin Center, allowing us to bring you the play-by-play this afternoon. Day 2 of the Green and Gold Holiday Tournament. We've got 2 more games coming up this evening as the host, Battling Bears, take on the Dickinson State Blue Hawks. Ladies game at 5:30, or at least that's the scheduled time. And then the men's game coming up the nightcap, scheduled for 7:30. Kidgel will inbound it from the left side of the scores table. Got it into Riley King. King had it knocked into the backcourt. Finally, he picks it up, gives it off to Robinson, who was behind him. Robinson will bring it across the right side of the center circle. Cross-court pass left side. Tipped away by Johnny Barone, who had an eye on that pass. He looked like a cornerback that was converging real quick, or more like a free safety, I guess, would be more accurate. In the backfield, was able to knock it out of bounds. We'll pass it back in. Robinson gets it across the center circle. Gets a screen out top from Evans. Robinson now cuts back right side, stops, pivots, fade away from 15. It's well short. Evans tried to tip it up in the air, and he couldn't get a handle on it. Rebound controlled by Cooper. Cooper up into the front court. Dribbles, pass to his left to Iceland. Iceland dribbles once, bounces to his left to Verone. Verone back out to Iceland at the top of the key. Drives in, draws contact, and the blocking foul should be called against Shaquille Smalls, I believe. Shaquille Smalls called for his second personal foul. That's the third team foul against the Bulldogs. And they're going to say Iceland was in the process of trying to shoot, so he'll get a couple of attempts. Free throw on its way off the front of the iron won't go. He's 2 of 3 from the charity stripe so far. Second one is also good at the 14:50 mark. It is now 55-49. I should say the second one is good, would be more accurate. As Iceland converts on 1 of 2. He's now got 5 points on the afternoon. Shaquille Smalls was trying to work his way in off the left wing. Had the ball knocked away by Verone. The ball went out of bounds here on the near side. And Coach Keller talking to the official here on the near sideline, asking for maybe he saw some contact where there was no foul call. Riley King standing just to the left of the scorers table and to the right of his bench, passing in the backcourt to Cooper Kidgel. Kidgel gets it across the timeline. Kidgel dribbles on top, now takes it left wing, gets inside the arc, stops, pass it out in the corner into Smalls. Smalls goes baseline off the side of the backboard, and that one is a shot clock violation. As it hit outside the backboard and went out of bounds, it'll be given over to the Calgary Dinos, who lead 55-49. Bulldogs had a 10-point lead, 40-30 at the 5:24 mark of the first half. They led at the half by 5, 43-38. The Dinos jump back to the lead, 44-43 at the 19-19 mark here, just at the beginning of the second half. And then after a couple exchange of the baskets, the Dinos have had the lead for the last 3 minutes. Traveling violation called here on the right side. That'll turn it back over to the Bulldogs. Pass in from in front of the Dinos bench. Hack will get it into Kidgel. Kidgel dribbling up the floor. Comes across the left side of the half-court line. Guarded by Iceland. Kidgel dribbles out top. Try to get a screen from Evans. Steps behind the line. Stops. A little head fake there. Instead, pass off to Kapinga. Or excuse me, not Kapinga. Smalls came out to get it. Smalls takes it on the right side. 3-point shot for Darko Kelly off the side of the rim. Rebound controlled by Cooper for the Dinos. Cooper comes across the teeth of the Battling Bear emblem at center court. Ball taken away. Evans up the floor. Smalls driving in. Lays it off the glass. Good for 2. It's his first points of the second half, as he now has 9 points in the ball game. 55-51 our score. It's the first points for Rocky in almost 3 minutes. Matter of fact, a little over 3 minutes. Driving in off the left side. Shot is up, won't go, but a foul is committed. As Gaius Darko Kelly is called for his second personal foul. And we're going to have another timeout call. 13-14 left in the second half. 55-51, Calgary on top of Western. We'll be back in a minute.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carry-out deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
Back here to the Fortin Center, campus of Rocky Mountain College. Al Riley with the play-by-play this afternoon. My pleasure to bring you the action of the University of Calgary against your Western Bulldogs. For those of you listening back in Dillon, and for those of you watching on Rocky.edu, thanks for joining us wherever you may be. We come back from the timeout. Dinos will have a man at the line. Johnny Barone at the line for the first time this afternoon. And we have to reset the defensive lineup. We needed 4 guys on the line, so Chase Hack, who will be checking out momentarily, has to come back off the bench from the timeout. Free throw for Verone is up and in. That gives him his 3rd point of the afternoon. Only 4 team fouls against Western, 2 against Calgary. But this, of course, was a shooting foul opportunity for Verone. Second one on its way. It's good. 13-14 left in regulation. 57-51. Rocky is hosting the Calgary Dinos and the Western Bulldogs. Bulldogs with the ball trailing by 6. Left wing handled by Mr. Darko Kelly. Out top, Small. Small's working into King down in the right-hand corner. Gets it to Troy. Scott is in the game for the first time. Scott had the ball knocked away as he tried to bounce it inside, and it's picked up by the Dinos. Up in the front court, left wing, Cooper kicked it out top to Iceland. Iceland, left side, working inside Barone, had it pass intended for Gill, taken away by the Bulldogs. Riley King up in the front court along the left sideline, hands him behind him, goes to Darko Kelly. They're working inside to Evans. Ball loose. Evans will pick it up here in the corner. Double team, has it taken away by Karch. And then Karch sent down to the floor on a foul. Foul, I believe, is going to go against Evans. Double check and see. No, excuse me. Foul is on Zacchaeus Darko Kelly. That's his 3rd personal foul. 15th foul against the Bulldogs. The bench for the University of Calgary is excited about what is going on, as their team leading by 6 with 12-13 left in regulation. Gill will inbound the ball on the bounce to Iceland. Pass it over the left side. Iceland gets it back from Diawara. Jump ball is going to be called between King and Iceland, and the possessioner will give it over to Western. And of course, just happened to look over and see a familiar face as Phil Barnes, who is in his 2nd year as an assistant coach at the University of Calgary, a former Rocky Mountain College Battling Bear and Billings Central Ram as well, is sitting on the bench in red sweater for Calgary. We've got a foul called against Dallas Karch. That's his 2nd personal foul. That is only the 3rd team foul against Calgary. Got a whistle, a foul away from the ball. Foul's going to be called against Cameron Evans. His 1st personal foul. It's an offensive foul. It's only his 16th foul regardless. But Calgary gets it back, leading by 6 points. Just past the top of the hour, you're listening to AM 1490, KDBM Dillon. Thanks to Dave back in the studios for engineering this afternoon. Driving it off the right wing Diawara tried to pass it off the last minute. Draws contact. Have a blocking foul called against Shaquille Smalls. That's his third personal foul. That is the 17th foul against Western, so it'll be a 1-on-1 opportunity at the line for Dallas Karch. I take that back. It's Diawara stepping to the line. So Mambi Diawara at the line for the first time in this ball game. He's got 2 points from the field. 11:41 left here in the second half. Free throw rattles out. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have been stymied a little bit here in the second half. They trail by 6. Driving in, Robinson, finger roll won't go. Ball tipped out to the corner, picked up by Smalls for 3. It's good. Shaquille Smalls, his second three-pointer of the contest, and he makes it 57-54. Back to a three-point ball game. Cross-court pass, left-hand side. Diawara out top to Isla. Isla working right side. Three-point shot here. It's off the front of the rim for Cooper. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. 2-on-1. Pounds it left side. Smalls lays it off the glass with the right hand on the left side. It's good for 2. He's got 8 from 2-point range, 6 from 3-point. That's 14 points. And he gets it back within 1 for the Bulldogs, 57-56. On the right wing, handled by Cooper. Cooper dribbles into the paint, kick it left side. Three-point shot off the back of the iron for Isla. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. Outlet right side goes to Robinson. Dom dribbling top the key, tries to go in the lane, reverses it, and puts it in. Cuts across the paint right to left, puts it in, and gives the lead back to Western. 58-57 our score. 10:24 and counting here in the second half. Western has regained the lead. Right-hand corner, Gill for 3. That rattles in and out. Rebound control by Dom Robinson for the Bulldogs. Robinson dribbling left wing, takes it inside along the lane, and he draws the harm. Put up the shot, he'll have 2 attempts coming. Foul is going to be called against Jasdeep Gill. That's his first. Check that. I thought it was a 5. It was 7. Max Isla called for his second personal foul. And Robinson will step the line for a couple of free throw attempts. Robinson with 12 points so far, make it 13 as he hits the first free throw. 10:06 left in the second half. Second free throw made here will make it a 3-point Western lead. Robinson, the 5'8" guard out of Tacoma. Second free throw misses. 59-57. Out top, Kapinga. Work at left-hand side to Diawara. Diawara stops, overhead pass. Comes out top to Schluter. Long 3 from way up top. Hits it. That's his third three-pointer of the game. He gives the lead back to Calgary, 60-59. Riley King driving right lane, kicks it out on the wing to Kidgel, and Kidgel's going to be called for the travel. So the Dinos get it back, leading by 1 with just over 9.5 to go. Inbound pass comes in the backcourt to Kapinka. Bring it across the chin of the Bear at center court. Tried to bounce it in. It was double team out there, and Karch fell to the floor. Kidgel brings it up the floor, pass in the corner. Three-point shot for Smalls off the left side of the rim. We've got a whistle and a foul away from the shot. Down low. Foul's going to be called against Lars Schluter. That's his second personal foul. 15th foul against Calgary. So the Bulldogs will stay on their side of the floor. Marcus Payne checks back in for Western. Riley King will inbound it from the right side of the baseline. Gets it in the paint on the wing. Then out towards the top to Robinson. Beam the hash mark out there. Down the right-hand corner goes to Smalls. Smalls dribbling all along the far sideline. Now dribbles to the top of the key along the perimeter. Now takes it inside on the left lane. Pass down low to Payne. Payne couldn't hold on to the pass. A little too hot for him to handle. And by the time it was picked up. It was knocked out of bounds in the far corner. DOR could not take it away cleanly. So Western gets a little break there as they'll keep it. Good attempt there by Smalls getting it down low to Payne. He just couldn't hold it. Nice pass into Smalls, driving it off the left wing, puts it off the glass, and good for 2. Smalls now with 17 points on the afternoon. 61-60 is our score. 8:46 left here in the second half. Nice fadeaway shot in the paint for Mambi Diawara, his second field goal of the afternoon. And that makes it 62-61. Three-point shot right side, Riley King won't go. We got a whistle and we got a foul. It's going to be called against Jeff Roadhuskers. That's his first personal foul. And the 16th foul called against the 16th foul against the Rhinos. I did say Rhinos, didn't I? Dinos, D-I-N-O-S. University of Calgary, who beat Rocky here last night by a score of 81-72. They have a very tall team and have been able to move it up and down the floor pretty well. Inbound pass going to a foul again. Jeff Roadhuskers, it's his second personal. And that is now the 7th team foul against Calgary, so Payne will go to the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. Payne 3 for 4 from the line so far. Free throw is good. Payne 4 points from the line and 4 from the field. Ties it up at 62 all. Second one is also good. Gives his team the lead back at the 8:05 mark. It is 63-62. Brought up in the front court by Kapinga. Left side of the DOR. Back to Kapinga. Now to DOR. A long three-point shot. Left side won't go. Ball knocked around. Picked up by Smalls for Western. Smalls bring it across center circle. Kick it left side. Riley King dribbles out top. Hands it off. Robinson for 3. It's good. Dom Robinson's third three-pointer of the ball game makes it 66-62. 4-point lead for Western. Out top, Diawara passing around the arc, left side. Cooper down towards the corner, tried to go baseline, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. The official out here on the far sideline made the call. Cooper called for his second personal foul. And got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Dan Van Horn for the Calgary Dinos. 7:20 left in regulation. 66-62 Western on top by 4. We'll be back in 1 minute.
For signs big or small, from banners to illuminated, Sign Pro has been your leader in signs since 1990. Sure, you know we provide high-quality displays, magnets, decals, vehicle graphics, certified installers, and more. But have you heard about our new cutting-edge techniques at Sign Pro? UV flatbed technology produces full-color brilliance that no one in the region can match, printing directly to almost any sign surface. The results are faster, higher quality, and much more cost-effective.
Sign up with Sign Pro.
Local businesses, large and small, are the cornerstone of Montana's communities. And at Stockman Bank, we're honored to help them grow and prosper. We serve our fellow businesses with respect, care, and a personal touch. We know a good lender is a flexible lender who treats business owners as individuals with unique needs and goals. In other words, we treat them the Montana way. It's the only way we know. Stockman Bank. Montana banking, pure and simple.
Well, the Fortin Center's got a few more people in it as they're getting set for the hometown team to play this evening. The women's game coming up after this one will be the Lady Battling Bears taking on Dickinson State, and then the men's teams meet in the nightcap between Dickinson State and Rocky Mountain College. Got a good one going on here in the men's game between Calgary and Western. 66-62 our score. 7:20 left in regulation. And the Bulldogs have the balls, but come back from the time when we're ready to resume. They were about ready to have inbound the ball, and then one of the officials came over to talk to the scores table. So Western looking to inbound at full court pressure being applied by the Dinos. Inbound pass comes into Smalls on ahead quickly to Darko Kelly. Stops down low left side, kicks it out to King, who gives it behind him to Robinson. 21 left on the shot clock, 7:09 and counting here on the game clock. In the second half, driving in Robinson, finger rolls, he drove across the paint. He started in the left corner of the free throw line, ended up down low right side, couldn't get it to fall, but he'll step to the line for two. Foul's going to be called against Lars Schluter, that is his third. Schluter called for his third personal foul, 9th team foul against the Calgary Dinos. 2 attempts coming here for Mr. Robinson, and he missed the first one. Substitution coming in for the Dinos as Matt Ellis takes a breather. He's replaced by Connor Foreman. Second free throw also no good, so it's still a 4-point ball game. Dinos get it back, trailing by a couple of buckets. 2-possession game at this point. Let's get the unconventional 4-point play. Right-hand corner for three. It's good by Lars Schluter. That's his 4th three-pointer. The big man stands 6'8". He's out of Germany, and he can hit. Has a nice touch from behind the arc. A 1-point Western lead. Left-hand side, Smalls try to go baseline and instead brings it out top. Pass right wing to Darko Kelly. Takes it inside, turnaround shot from 8. It's good. That's his second field goal of the afternoon. 68-65, Western by 3. Up in the front court, left wing, Diawara. Pass to Kapinga on top of the left. Diawara, long range 3 won't go. Rebound down low for Foreman. He kicks it out right side. Schluter for 3 off the far side of the rim. Ball tipped out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by a Bulldog, I believe. Foreman was down there for the Dinos, and I think it went off the hands of Darko Kelly. Either that or off of Smalls. But Chase Hack will check in for Western, replacing Riley King. Left side of the baseline, Kapinga looking to inbound the ball. Kapinga, pass out top, goes to Cooper for 3, won't go. Rebound goes into the hands of Foreman. Kick it out left wing to Diawara. They get to reset the shot clock. 5:46 and counting in regulation. Western on top of Calgary by 3. Driving in, Cooper gets it to go over Payne. It rolled on the rim for a bit, sat there and finally falls. Cooper with 19 points in the ball game. 68-67, 5.5 to go in this one. Driving in off the left wing, underhand scoop won't go for Robinson. Rebound controlled by the Dinos. Up the floor, give and go back over to Cooper from Diawara. And Cooper put up the shot, drew the foul. Foul called against Darko Kelly. That's his 4th personal foul. Cooper had passed it ahead to Diawara, gave it right back to Cooper, and Cooper drew contact. Cooper at the line for the second time. He's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Free throw, that was nothing but net. So Cooper's first point not coming from the field. Comes at the 5:16 mark. Ties it up at 68 apiece. And he gives them the lead back with the second free throw made. Cooper now with 21 points on the ball game. Up in the front court, Kapinga. Out top goes to Hack, right side. Handled by Darko Kelly. Darko Kelly double teamed out there, gives to his right to Hack. Hack dribbling out along the perimeter, brings out top the key. The left side goes to Robinson. Robinson guarded by Kapinga. Pass down inside, gets away from Payne. Picked up along the baseline. Little floater will fall for Darko Kelly. He's got 6 points in the ball game. Gives his team the lead back 70-69. 4:39 and counting here in the second half. Diawara skips it out to Kapinga. Just shaded to the right side of the top of the key. Now he'll dribble out top. Still on the dribble. Pass left wing to Diawara. Diawara looking inside, nothing there. Out top. Kapinga takes it inside the paint. Stops. Pass out right side to Cooper. Cooper out top. Schluter for three. That's in and out. Rebound controlled by Hack for Western. Outlet left side to Robinson. Bring it across the left side of that half-court line. Back out top to Hack. He'll underhand it on the right wing to Darko Kelly. Darko Kelly spins to the free throw line. Bounces it down low right side to Payne. Back out top to Hack. Hack driving in the right lane off the glass. Too strong. Rebound for Diawara. He's bringing it up the floor for Calgary. And that, yes, is going to be a carry for Diawara. He bounced it too high and tried to grab it back. So on the turnover, Western will get it back. 70-69, 3:50 left in regulation. Got a whistle and a timeout. It's going to be called by UM Western. 3:50 left in the second half. 70-69, Western on top of Calgary. We will be back after this 1 minute timeout.
Tire-Rama will get you there. So much more than a tire store. Tire-Rama, the service never ends. The best tires for the Northwest. Tire-Rama, where you got a friend. Quality products, names you can trust. Tire-Rama, and on us. Tire-Rama, Tire-Rama will get you there.
We are community. We are proud. We are business. Nothing sells like success. Western Security Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Back from the timeout, 3:50 left in regulation, 70-69. UM Western holding on to a slim 1-point margin over the Calgary Dinos. Calgary beat Rocky last night, 81-72. UM Western beat Dickinson State last night, 83-61, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. Inbound pass along the far sideline comes in the Robinson. He'll kick it out on the wing to Kidgel. Kidgel hands it off to Robinson and came out to get it. 20 on the shot clock, 3:39 and counting in regulation. Kidgel, right wing, got the pass from Hack. Kidgel, pump fakes, pass down to the right corner to Smalls. Smalls dribbling out to the free throw line. Nice bounce pass into Kidgel, whose double team shot was blocked. Ball is picked up by the Dinos. Cooper brings it up the floor. Cooper fires it down low, intended for Foreman. It got knocked away and saved from going out of bounds by Evans for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will bring it up the other way. 3:08 left in regulation. Smalls brings it into the front court. Smalls hands it off to Hack. Out left side now to Robinson. Robinson gets a screen. Robinson dribbling in, thought he was tripped. No foul called, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be an unforced error. Gives it over to the University of Calgary. They trail by one. 2:54 left in the second half. Kapinga brings it across the center circle as he gets into the front court. Passes it left wing to Diawara. Diawara dribbles out top. Right wing to Kapinga. Kapinga driving in. Strong move to the hole. Puts it up and in. He's got 6. 71-70. Western trailing by 1. Robinson from the right side of the free throw line, a little fadeaway shot won't go. The tip back by Evans won't go, and that one's ripped down by Cooper for Calgary. He'll give it off to Kapinga. Brings it across the right side of the center circle. Fakes the pass inside, gives left wing to Diawara. Diawara Skips it out on the right wing now to Kapinga. Kapinga into the paint, kicks it out left side. Cooper driving in. Cooper, we've got a whistle, and we've got a foul called against Western. Foul called against Riley King. That is his third personal foul. That is the 9th team foul against Western. 9 team fouls aside. 2:06 left here in regulation. Cooper at the line. He's 2 for 3 this afternoon. That rattles out, however. And the rebound controlled by Western, so they have a chance to regain the lead. Just under 2 to go. Robinson out top to Evans. Evans let the defender go by, as then on the guard was Smalls. Smalls had the ball knocked away. Kidgel, however, able to come up with it. Fires a 3 top key, rattles in and out. Rebound brought down by Foreman for Calgary. He'll hand it off to Cooper. Cooper gives it off and to his left to Kapinga. We got a foul away from the ball, and that is going to be called against Connor Foreman. That is a big foul, as Dinos had regained possession and the 1-point lead, but now they'll give it back over to Western, and Coach Keller is going to call a timeout. 93 ticks left in this one, 71-70. Calgary on top of Western. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Not 30 days away, not 20 days away. The time to save is now. During the final days of the Ford year-end sales event at your local Ford store, make no payments till March on some of the most stylish, high-tech, and efficient rides around. So don't come up empty. You want a deal that'll make your holiday? Get to your local Ford store now and cap off the holidays with huge cash back on the perfect car, truck, or SUV to kickstart the new year. Now get up to $10,500 in total value plus $1,000 smart bonus cash plus just announced $500 final days cash on F-150.
Back here at the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College, the nightcap games coming up. 2 home teams, women's action coming up in the game immediately following this one. And then in the nightcap, the men's game between Dickinson State and Rocky Mountain College. This is the second game between the University of Calgary and Western this afternoon, the women's game. The Lady Bulldogs won by a score of 74-58. In the men's game, it's been a good one. We've got 7 different ties. We've had double figures in lead changes. And at the moment, Calgary leading 71-70 with 1:33 left. But Western does get the ball back after an offensive foul called away from the ball on the transition. See what Western will do. Full court pressure being applied by the Dinos. Inbound to Robinson, and now quickly Calgary gets back on defense. Robinson brings it across the left side of that center circle, still on the dribble, takes it over left wing, stops, looks, looking for Kidgel, who is cutting towards the bucket, pass right side, driving in, shot way too strong by Darko Kelly. Rebound left side, Riley King trying to go back up with it and draws contact. Foul is called against Jeff Road-Huskers. Check that. That was on Connor Foreman, number 14, and that is his 5th and final. So he will foul out with 1:14 left in regulation. Riley King will be at the line when we come back from the timeout. Western trailing 71-70 to Calgary. We'll be back in a minute.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
Picking up pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. better with you.
Back here at the Morton Center, 1:14 left in regulation. Riley King at the line. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far. 5 points in the ball game, but a couple of huge free throws here. And it will be 2 attempts because it's the 10th team foul against Calgary. First free throw on its way, and that is short. Riley King barely caught net on that one. So the best he can do is tie it up at the moment. Second one on its way. That's off the back of the iron. Rebound controlled by Calgary. Coach Keller was looking for a push off there, but he did not get a call. Kapinga gives it to Diawara. Back to Kapinga on top. 55 on the game clock. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Left. Right side Cooper. Cooper try to go in, nothing there. Cooper backs up with 4 seconds. He'll fire the long 3 and he hits it. Thomas Cooper's second 3-pointer of the game. That was a huge one. 74-70. Coming up the floor quickly. Kidgel fighting for a ball that was loose on the floor, picks it up, and Kidgel is going to be fouled. And that was much to the chagrin of Coach Dan Van Horn and the rest of the Calgary bench. Kidgel will go to the line for 2 attempts. Cooper Kidgel is 1 for 1 at the free throw line. He made a 3-point play opportunity back in the first half. That one is up and good. Western now down by 3. 39.6 left in regulation. Second one misses. And we got a foul that's going to be called against Riley King. That's his 4th. And the 10th team foul against Western, so we'll come to the other end of the floor, and 2 opportunities at the line. It'll be Lars Schluter, who is 1 for 2 from the charity stripe this afternoon's ball game. First free throw is good. Schluter, nice touch for a big man. He's 6'8". But he has a very good touch. He has 4 3-pointers this afternoon. Second one also drained. 76-71. He's got 15 points in the contest. Quickly up the floor, driving it off the right wing. Nope, shot before the bucket as Zacchaeus Darko Kelly got it to fall, but the foul was whistled out before he started the shot. Foul called against Lars Schluter. That is his 4th personal foul. So 2 more attempts at the line, this time for Western. It's Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, who is 0 for 1 at the line. That one he hits, make it 1 for 2. But Western down 76-72. 2nd one rattles around and falls in. 76-73. And we've got a whistle and a foul. Going to be committed by Dom Robinson, his 2nd. That's just to stop the clock. And stepping to the line will be Mambi Diawara. Diawara is 0 for 1 from the line this afternoon. Free throw is up and in. Mambi Diawara. That point gives him now 7 in the ball game. He has made it a 2-possession game once again at 77-73. Second free throw on its way. It's good. 78-73. Pressure in the backcourt. Darko Kelly dribbling up quickly, drives to the paint, puts it up with the finger roll on the left side. It's good. Darko Kelly now with 10 points in the ball game. Timeout called by Western. 78-75, 25.3 left. We'll be back in 1 minute.
A high school English teacher. I had been diabetic for 20 years.
Obesity is affecting our population at an alarming rate.
To meet that challenge, the Billings Clinic implemented a comprehensive bariatric program.
The patient is the most important part of the team.
It's not about skinny, it's about being healthy.
I don't have diabetes anymore.
And by now, she has lost over 100 pounds.
Thank you. I'm happy. Life is good.
EBMS was founded in 1980 to ensure Montana companies could provide health benefits that were both beneficial and affordable. That vision hasn't changed, it's just grown. I joined EBMS more than 20 years ago, and I'm proud to have been part of this growth. Today, more than 300 team members join me at EBMS to offer on-site clinics, wellness, prescription programs, and a full array of benefit services. We've emerged as an industry leader and one of Montana's premier employers.
Join a dynamic organization that offers career growth, exceptional benefits, and support for community involvement. EBMS.
Regulation. University of Montana Western trailing the University of Calgary 78-75. As this has been a good contest between these two teams. Western with only one loss so far on the year. Inbound pass comes into Diawara. Diawara looking to direct traffic, finally gets a foul committed as Western has to stop the clock. No, timeout call, excuse me. 22.6 left. Timeout called. Still a three-point ball game. Another minute timeout. Back in a minute.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
Back from the timeout, 22.6 left in the second half of play. Western already back out on the floor. It's Darko Kelly, Kidrell, Robinson, Smalls, and King, the starting five out on the floor. And now the University of Calgary back out as they will inbound the ball. David Kapinga is going to inbound it. He was stepping up on the first step there on the left side. Long pass up the floor to Lars Schluter. He will dribble out on the right wing. Schluter will pass it out top, and a foul committed by Darko Kelly on Max Eisler. As they finally stop the clock, but not after almost 5 seconds come on. So, full court pressure beat by the Dinos, and that's the fifth and final foul called against Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, so he will foul out with 17.8 left. 3-point lead for Calgary at the free throw line. Shot on the way by Iceland off the front of the iron. Iceland now 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Max Iceland, 6'4", puts it up with the right hand. It's no good. Rebound controlled by Western. They got to get up the floor in a hurry. Smalls kicks it out to Kidrell. Head fakes. Kidrell puts up the shot. It misses everything and goes out of bounds. Kidrell was looking for a call with a hand on the elbow. Sub coming in is Lars Schluter. Checks back in. He'll replace Iceland. Still a 3-point ball game, but Dinos get the ball back. Inbound pass comes in, and immediately the foul committed against Thomas Cooper by Shaquille Smalls. Smalls called for his 4th personal foul. Last few minutes of this contest felt more like an NBA affair the number of times we've had a stoppage of the clock. Smalls called for his 4th. First free throw. As we're waiting for Thomas Cooper to finish dribbling. Puts it up, and he puts it in. So for Cooper, he's now 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. Cooper also with 22 points from the field, so he's got 25 points on the night. If he hits this one here, he'll make it a 5-point contest. And he does. 80-75. Thomas Cooper, 26 points on the night for the Dinos. Up the top, the key, 3-point shot banks in for Mr. Smalls. That's his 3rd 3-pointer of the game. Well, he makes it interesting. 80-78 with 2 seconds left. Timeout called by UM Western. They trail Calgary by 2, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Back here at the Fortin Center, 2 seconds to go in this one. 80-78, University of Calgary on top of the University of Montana Western. By my count, 7 different times we've had double-digit lead changes. Although Calgary has been in control here in the second half since the 2:37 mark, when it was 71-70. And that seems really strange to say that, because that seems like an eternity ago. But we've had numerous stoppages of the clock since then, as UM Western is fouled, of course, to keep as much time on the clock. And the free throw shooting of Calgary has actually kept Western in the game. 2 seconds to go. Dinos inbound the ball. Foul is going to be committed on the inbound pass to Cooper. Cooper is fouled, I believe, by Robinson. Yeah, Robinson's gone for the foul. That is his 3rd. And that will send Cooper back to the line for the 5th time tonight. Cooper is 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. .78 at the moment. 0.9 seconds left on the clock. Free throw is on its way. It's good. Make it 81-79. Cooper again with 27 points on the ball game, leading all scorers. Tossed it around his back, dribbles a couple times, puts it up with the right hand. It is good. And that will be the ball game. 82-78. Long pass up the floor. It's going to be picked up. 3-point shot at the buzzer. Will not go for Robinson. And the final score, 82-78. The University of Calgary Dinos get past the Bulldogs. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back and recap the final statistics right here on KDBM Back in 2.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carry-out deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
For signs big or small, from banners to illuminated, Sign Pro has been your leader in signs since 1990. Sure, you know we provide high-quality displays, magnets, decals, vehicle graphics, certified installers, and more. But have you heard about our new cutting-edge techniques at Sign Pro? UV flatbed technology produces full-color brilliance that no one in the region can match, printing directly to almost any sign surface. The results are faster, higher quality, and much more cost-effective.
Sign up with Sign Pro.
Local businesses, large and small, are the cornerstone of Montana's communities. And at Stockman Bank, we're honored to help them grow and prosper. We serve our fellow businesses with respect, care, and a personal touch. We know a good lender is a flexible lender who treats business owners as individuals with unique needs and goals. In other words, we treat them the Montana way. It's the only way we know. Stockman Bank. Montana banking, pure and simple.
Tire-Rama will get you there. So much more than a tire store. Tire-Rama, the service never ends. The best tires for the Northwest. Tire-Rama, where you got a friend. Quality products, names you can trust. Tire-Rama, and on us. Tire-Rama, Tire-Rama will get you there.
Welcome back one final time to the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. Good basketball games this afternoon for your UM Western Bulldogs. In the ladies game, of course, they beat Calgary by a score of 74-58. And the men's game that just concluded, well, it was quite a ball game. It went down to the final seconds. But the University of Calgary able to hold on for the 82-78 victory. The final statistics have been presented to us. First of all, for UM Western, 20 points on the game for Shaquille Smalls. He was 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range, and 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 16 points for Dom Robinson. He was 6 of 16 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown, and 1 of 4 from the charity stripe. And then 10 points for Zacchaeus Darko Kelly. 8 points for Cooper Kidgel, 9 for Marcus Payne, 5 points for Riley King, and 10 points for Cameron Evans. Right, Cameron Evans had 10 points in the first half. He was shut out in the second half, but Western ends with 4 players in double figures, led by Shaquille Smalls, 20 points. Meanwhile, for the University of Calgary, they had 3 players in double figures. Leading all scorers was Thomas Cooper, 10 of 20 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point range, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He was big down the stretch as he was able to keep Calgary in the lead down the stretch. He had 29 points tonight. 16 points for Lars Schluter, 4 of 7 from the field, 4 of 6 from downtown, and 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and 15 points for David Kapinga. 6 points for Mambi Diawara, 4 points for Matt Ellis, 3 points for Dallas Karch, and then 4 points apiece for Max Iselin and Johnny Broom. 1 point for Jeff Rodenhuskers. Well, it was an early 6-0 lead for the University of Calgary. Coach Keller called the timeout, got his team back in it. They actually tied it up for the first time all at 7 apiece. And then it was tied up again at 10 apiece at the 15:55 mark of the first half. They would exchange scores 7 consecutive times after that. And Calgary actually saw Western jump out to a 10-point lead at the 5:24 mark, 40-30. But then they would cut it to 5 at the halftime. It was 43-38. And we would have 4 more lead changes. 4 more ties in the second half. 20 lead changes overall in this ballgame, but Calgary holds on for the 82-78 victory. UM Western will be at home next weekend on Thursday. They will host to Montana Tech, and on Saturday, they will host Lewis and Clark State. Again, the final score in the women's game, 74-58. The Lady Bulldogs defeat Calgary, but in the men's game, it was Calgary winning by a score of 82-78. Until next time, for Dave back in the studios, Kyle Riley saying so long from the Fortin Center. Have a great night and a Happy New Year, everybody.